skills!
Yo, my slime.
And welcome back to FTW. This, of course, is a series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer online and on social media during the course of the week. Now, I usually use Twitter to find stuff for this series, and I've been gone for a little bit on that app, so I'm going to assume I've missed some prime content. How have this many things gone wrong in a singular video? Elsewhere, Adele clearly listened to last week's jerk chicken recommendation, maybe a little bit too closely. Some of her biggest hits are looking very different now, but big ups her, you know, at least she's being cultured. It's the same week in which Ed Sheeran called his child Lyra Antarctica Seaborn. Do you understand how white you have to be to do this? My man's appropriated his own culture. It isn't quite as bad as his most recent music though. And on the topic of the underwhelming, Liverpool lost the Community Shield to Arsenal on penalties this week after a 1-1 draw in normal time.
Hey there, demons, it's me. Your boy.
The FTWs where Liverpool lose are just the ones that I dread. No, Adele, I didn't mean like that. I meant as in, listen, it's fine, okay? It's just a glorified friendly. Don't worry, I don't need to be concerned. I know the players were very depressed. I hear that. But there's nothing, absolutely nothing for me to worry about. They were playing El Neni. We've lost to an Arsenal team that had El Neni in it. I don't know if I can take this. And to think it's our second loss to Arsenal. Arsenal! This year! Oh my God. If I'm going to be real, obviously I wanted us to win. I want to win every game as a fan, so it is disappointing. But I can't knock Arsenal. You know, their first half performance was actually very, very impressive. They stuck to a game plan. They played nice football. They were by far the most threatening team. Aubameyang at this point is the king of Wembley. I don't even know how he's pulling these performances out against big teams as well. I'm convinced he's actually a superhero. Ainsley Maitland-Niles received plaudits for his extremely chilled out penalty during the shootout. He honestly looked like he was strolling into the kitchen to turn the oven on, not be involved in taking a crucial penalty. He genuinely coped with this pressure better than coping with the pressure of feeding animals.
Hey, you man, relax, bro. What you doing?
Aubameyang actually managed to lift the trophy this time without it falling on the floor, though that was with help from Sead Kolasinac. Ryan Brewster's missed penalty in the end was what cost Liverpool and proved decisive. He said he wanted his 60 shooting improving upon. Let's just work on the 60 penalty stat first of all, Ryan, one step at a time. Nah, but for real though, the kid's had a good pre-season. I hope this doesn't affect him too much because I think he can have a pretty good role to play in the season ahead. Harvey Elliott seems to care significantly less about it all, calling it a Mickey Mouse trophy on Instagram Live. Meanwhile, Arsenal fans are already jumping on the bandwagon, seeming to think this is going to impress Lionel Messi. Oh, now, Leo, a new offer has come in on the fax machine. I still don't know why you insist on using these, but we've got a £1.7 million bid plus Mohamed El Neni from Arsenal. They've not got money, but they have just won the Togetherness Plate. I mean, the Community Shield. Now, speaking of Leo, that transfer saga is still rumbling on, and I can confirm that things are really starting to hot up now.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what Jorge had to eat. He had to start with some rigatoni pasta, then nice sounding garlic parmesan.
There's not much movement in terms of the big clubs, but Blyth Spartans of the non-league are really pushing for the signature of the Argentinian, creating a GoFundMe page to raise £600+ million from their fans so that they can bring him in. Would this technically mean that the fans own him? Because in my opinion, they would. I'm talking every single fan that chips in. Stuart from down the road on the left, he's got rights to him, even if it's only for 10 minutes a week. No hablo inglés. Why do you always say that? Now, one topic taking social media by storm at the moment actually kind of happened a few years ago. There's Wembley Cup drama, okay? Listen, Spencer, if you're watching, I don't hold anything against you for not inviting me, you know? I know I had like 27 subscribers at the time, but that's okay. You don't need to. But the crucial thing was an argument between some Instagram comedian or something, and Stephen Tries, the popular UK YouTuber, and it was all orchestrated by F2 freestyler Jezza Swazza Swazington Lynch.
This one's for the swaz squad out there.
It was some stupid argument that came from the F2 team being sore winners, it would seem, and it was chaos until True Geordie comes in like a mobile shed to just lock off the whole thing. It was very bold of him to go against footballing royalty in the form of Jeremy Lynch like that.
I was at Arsenal, I was on my way to being a professional, got released because they said, on the ball, you're the best at the whole club, including the first team. I was only 15 at the time.
Big ups XO, they seem to handle it pretty well, and Spencer's team, and most of the F2 team, I guess. I wasn't really there, but if you want a full video on the topic and my opinions, then I'll drop it if this video gets 17.6 likes. Now, in North London, and Tottenham have made a signing of Matt Doherty. Unfortunately, he's a lifelong Arsenal fan, and this is the announcement video they did for him. Ongoing story of Harry Maguire in Greece has taken yet another turn after police officials there claimed he said "fuck Greece" and "fuck Greek civilization." My man's out here saying "bun Aristotle" and a Pythagoras theorem. I don't need any of that. A new Premier League advert was released by BT Sport this week, and it featured Gareth Bale as a golfer in it. This guy just doesn't care. How are Real Madrid allowing him to violate them like this? It's a Housery award for the Welshman. He needs a new trophy cabinet at this point. An 11th tier non-league side by the name of Brentham received a very unlikely guest during the weekend, where former Manchester United star and left back Patrice Evra just turned up to play for them. I don't even really know why. Well, big ups himself. He really does love this game. Over at his old club, and Manchester United are in disarray in the world of social media because one football Twitter account by the name of Pogba Senior is just consistently putting them in a spliff. There's this new thing on Twitter these days called ratioing, where if you reply to someone and you get more likes than the original tweet did, you've ratioed them, you've parred them, whatever. Pogba Senior has been doing this to the official Manchester United account, day in, day out, asking them to sign players.
I am once again asking,
sign some fucking players, you skets.
To the point where Manchester United actually put out a statement saying they may be more active in the window due to pressure from their fan base. Don here is currently keeping track of the score. We're at 46-6 right now. More updates to follow. Now, it would appear there's a new story based around... Oh god, here we go again. Brazilian star Neymar was pictured this week, it's fair to say, enjoying a trip abroad on a yacht, on a boat or whatever, just casually doing bits in the middle of the sea. At least the heading accuracy's on the way up though, so there's at least positives there. And furthermore, at least there's nothing else he can do, realistically, to be in the news this week. Are you taking the piss? So that is at least positives there. This is the most unique way of skipping training to go and see his sister that we've had yet. Someone should probably test her as well, actually, thinking about it. But for real though, Corona isn't really a laughing matter. So Neymar, stay safe, get well soon. I know we've had our differences and that, but I'm hoping we can bond and move forward. You don't know who I am. I'm just gonna stop.
Does he know how to drop kick?
Over at Leicester and their social media team have finally discovered that Chyla Soyuncu does actually look like Lord Farquaad from Shrek, and I love it. Juventus have made a new under-23 signing, and I mean, the problem is he's not under 23. This man is 57 years old. About under 23. My man witnessed the birth of Zeus. Bondo's Greek, man. Are you mad? Further down the Football League, and we've got this glorious scramble between Portsmouth and Stevenage in an FA Cup tie. Wigan have set up crowdfunding to try and keep the club afloat after being relegated from the Championship to League One. The fans are donating, a lot of people in the world of football are. Hopefully it works for them. One of their ex-players, Reece Wabara, who now owns a fashion company, put out a really sarcastic and negative tweet about it. I don't know whether he has a bad relationship with the club or the fans. I don't know what the story is. But basically, as a a response, Wigan fans went on to like a reviewing website to give his company 1-star reviews, and some of them are astonishing. Bought some tracky pants from this site. Next thing I know, I've contracted syphilis and I've spent the last 36 hours in A&E. Forked out a small fortune to buy my son some jeans for his birthday. He got called a dog nonce by all the lads at school and even the teachers. So cheers, Reese. Son's crying. Nice one. And finally, the best of the lot, I've heard Reese shags cats. Moving further down the ladder from League 1 to League 2, and we've got these Tranmere Ultras giving it large. Quick warning, me and the Tranmere boys, aka the Birkenhead boys. You're lucky we were relegated because I was really in the mood to destroy some of you punks this year, and I'm not talking on the pitch, I'm talking with my fists. Everyone's wearing Stone Island. There's 3 England emojis in the flipping paragraph. They use the word punks. All this needs is some empty cans of Stella and we're complete. And from League 2 to an even further reduction in quality, Celtic were knocked out of the Champions League by Hungarian side Ferencváros. I'm not being funny, the Scottish League's a farmers league. We just have to accept this now. If you're getting beaten by a team in a division that has more than 33 consonants in it, you're just not allowed at the top table. Over somewhere in South America, I believe, we have got this referee who is absolutely tonk. Why do you need to be that big? Are you mad? That's not a yellow. What? Listen here, you little sket. I have more muscular energy in my 4th toenail than you do in your entire body, fam. I will send you back to whence you came. You know what, actually? Hey, man, boss, I think I've done my hamstring. It's gone, I can feel it. In Brazil, and we've got the traditional fan cardboard cutouts gone wrong. I'm noticing Mia Khalifa here in the crowd. In Russia, and we have some very unique pre-game entertainment. Welsh Premier Division side tweeted this. A bit like Katie Hopkins' head, there's not much in this. 0-0. Where's the D? Meanwhile, fellow Welsh side Aberystwyth tweeted their attendance for their most recent game, 2, being fans that managed to jump over a brick wall and view from a distance. But now, boys and girls, it's time for the FNG Transfer Roundup. Our first story comes in the form of South Africa star Handré Pollard addressing Bath Rugby. Who wrote this, fam? This isn't a rugby show. This is football, the one where you kick it. You kick the ball in rugby as well, technically. What is wrong with you? Our first actual story comes in the form of Chelsea, making at least 6 signings. Malang Sarr, Thiago Silva, and Ben Chilwell have all joined the Blues in recent weeks. They're genuinely acting as if it's career mode. So in traditional form, a 63 overall Youth Academy player will be asking to start the first game of the season imminently. Everton are hopeful of signing defensive midfielder Allen from Napoli in the coming days. And no, not your Allen, not the one from 4 doors down who your missus cheated on you with. And finally, QPR have announced their most recent signing. The caption, however, is confusing me slightly. Do they want me to trade with them? Or, it's not like that. His name's, okay, I see. Yeah, I didn't mean that was a joke before. But down in the Championship, and Brentford's new stadium makes it look like they're constantly playing Football Manager. And there's the news that Barcelona forward Martin Braithwaite would want the number 10 shirt if Lionel Messi left. Big man, you were playing at Middlesbrough 3 years ago. The only 10 you should be doing is 10 toes in out of the whole club in general. But now it is time for Still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. This is the segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League and amateur football, and today we have got a quite perfect example of playing out from the back. On to the weird stuff though now. Over in Norway, and we've got an interview going on for a new 30-year-old striker who's just joined his club. I think he used to play for rivals back in the day. And the interviewer decided it would be a good idea to read out word for word a tweet he'd received from his old club's fans.
And the Bayern fans, they don't like that you are here, obviously. For example, one guy writes directly to Vålerenga, "How is it in Europe? Suck cock you seal fuckers." Okay. How is the tension in Hammarby now, you think?
Over Over in Brazil, and a cup match between Ceará and Vitória, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the first part right, saw 3 red cards, 3 penalties, the game ending 2-2, and then during an interview with one of the players, Vitória's chairman tried to have a scrap with him. In Serbia, and after a refereeing decision didn't go his way, the Partizan Belgrade manager tried to throw a water bottle at a referee before walking onto the pitch, roaming about and just being generally annoyed. At a non-league club in Scotland, one player was forced to miss training because he'd had an unfortunate incident in bed the night before. And I'll put it bluntly, his dick had swelled up. There's obviously, I'm not gonna put a picture in. Why were you expecting me to do that? The fact the club used the hashtag of Shagger as well. What is going on up there? And finally, after 6 years at the club, 0 appearances and somehow 2 red cards from the substitute bench, Italian legend Tommaso Berni has finally left Inter Milan. He will never be forgotten. But that is going to be it for football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.